Hello and welcome. Myself Neeraj Singh and I am Social Science faculty in ResoNet PCCP division. Today we will be discussing class 9th history chapter 2nd, that is Socialism in Russia and the Russian Revolution. I hope you have already read this chapter and you might be practicing the previous year's NTSE question. So today I am here with some of the last year questions. So let's start with the first one which we have right in front of us. Now this is related to the chapter 1 French Revolution, but is also being discussed in the chapter 2. So we have taken this one. Who said, I am the state, my word are law? And this question we have is an NTSE stage 1 in the year 2013. So this was said by the French monarchy during the French Revolution, and it was King Louis XVI from Bourbon dynasty. Next one. Who led the Russian Revolution of 1917? Now we know when we talk about this Russian Revolution, we mainly have two parts. One is February Revolution, which happened in 1917 only. Another one is October Revolution, which also happened in the same year in 1917. The February Revolution is remembered just to depose the monarchy in Russia, and at that time we know Tsar Nicholas II was ruling there. So when we talk about this February Revolution of 1917, it is mainly remembered just because the monarchy or the Tsar was deposed. October Revolution marks the end of the provincial government and a new form of government which is called a socialist government was established. So this was one of the first idea of socialist form of government in the world. Who led the Russian Revolution? Is it Joseph Stalin? Is it Brezhnev? Is it Lenin? Or is it Karl Marx? Our answer would be Lenin or Vladimir Lenin. He is the one who was the head of this Bolshevik party and who was leading this Bolshevik revolution or this socialist movement from the front. So answer would be A. Let's move on to next one. The dictatorship of the proletariat as the only solution for all federal problems was advocated by. Now proletariat here means working class. So we have seen initially when this idea of socialism or communist government or a communal form of government was given, it was said that the workers and peasants would be the workforce. It means in Russia, workers and peasants will be the one who are going to bring the change, who are going to remove the monarchy, and they are going to bring a different form of government in Russia. So is it Tsar Nicholas, Karl Marx, Vladimir Lenin or Joseph Stalin? You know, Karl Marx was the one who had given the idea, and later all the later socialist leader, they all follow the idea. Karl Marx is a very famous name in the economics, in the sociology, in the philosophy, and is said to be the father of this communist form of government. Later on all the revolutionaries, whether it would be Vladimir Lenin, whether it would be Joseph Stalin or some other, they all followed the idea of Karl Marx. So the dictatorship of proletariat as the only solution for the federal problem was advocated by, it would be Karl Marx. Now I hope you all know this federal problem or the dual structure in which you have monarchs at the top, then you have nobles and then you have third state or common people. So if this structure is फेडरल स्ट्रक्चर जिसमें जो थर्ड स्टेट थे, जो कॉमन पीपल थे, वो लोग इनको भी बाइंड थे सर्विस देने के लिए, और द सेम टाइम मोनार्की वाज आल्सो देयर. सो इस स्ट्रक्चर को एंड करने के लिए हु हैड गिवन दिस आइडिया? सो दिस आइडिया that the working class would end this structure of this federal system was given by Karl Marx. Okay, let's move on to next one. Who led the procession of workers to the event Bloody Sunday in Russia? And this question we have in Punjab, NTSE stage 1 in the year 2013. So Bloody Sunday, we know it is one of the starting event of this Russian revolution, when they were demanding that 4 people who were taken out from this iron Putlov work should be bring back, should be again given work in the workshop, in the factory. For that protest only, there was a protest, there was a movement in which was led by the Father Gapin. When Father Gapin was leading this protest, it was attacked by Cossacks and military, and in that attack 300 people were killed and many were injured. Now this event came to be known as Bloody Sunday, and this is one of the starting or initiated movement of this Russian revolution. So that procession, or the one which we call Julus in Hindi, was led by Father Gapon. Let's move on to next one. Who is considered to be the first communist revolutionary in the world? We have already discussed about Karl Marx and his ideas, and I have told you later on whatever revolutionaries we have, whatever socialists we have, leftists we have, Marxists we have, they all mostly follow the idea of Karl Marx. But the question here is, who is considered the first communist revolutionary? Now revolutionary means krantikari, andolankari. So the one who has brought the change in society. So answer would be Lenin or Vladimir Lenin. Just because we have discussed, we have read that Vladimir Lenin was the one who had brought this 1917 revolution or October revolution, और चेंज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट इन रशिया. जो वहां पे मोनार्की हुआ करती थी उसको डिपोज करना, उसको हटाना, और उसके बाद एक कम्युनिस्ट गवर्नमेंट स्टैब्लिश करना. ठीक है, तो सबसे पहले क्रांतिकारी कौन था? सो इट वुड बी लेनिन. डेफिनेटली इट वाज बेस्ड ऑन द आइडिया ऑफ कार्ल मार्क्स, बट इट वाज डन बाय लेनिन. ऑलराइट, नाउ कर्नेस्की वी हैव. कर्नेस्की वाज द हेड of the temporary government or the provincial government. Let's move on to next one. Who were the kulak in the Soviet society? Now kulak and kolkhoz are the two words which we will be discussing in the chapter, and kulaks we know are well-to-do farmers, peasants or farmers. So those farmers in Russia, those who were rich, those who have large land holding, were called as kulaks, right? So answer would be big farmers. Let's move on to next one. Now this question we have in Rajasthan NTSE stage 1 in the year 2016. Who was Rasputin? Now if you have read this chapter properly, you must have heard this name, and Rasputin was associated to Queen or Tsarist Alexandra, and Rasputin was advisor of the Tsarist or the Queen of Russia, and Rasputin is the one who is considered to advise Alexandra on the regular basis, and she used to listen to his advice, and He is the one who is being said to be responsible for the turmoil, for the loss which the Russia have faced. So Rasputin was a monk. He was a monk, he was a beggar. Later he became the advisor of the Queen of Russia or Queen Alexandra. Okay, let's move on to next one. This question we have in Jharkhand, NTSE, stage 1 in the year 2015. Lenin was born in the year 1870, 1880, 1885 or 1890. Lenin was born in the year 1890 and we know his full name was Vladimir Lenin, the one who led this Bolshevik revolution. Let's move on to next one. Who implements the collective forms or kolkhoz? Now as we have discussed about kulaks mean rich farmers or big farmers, and next word which we have read is kolkhoz. So kolkhoz means collective farming. Those people who have small piece of land or small farm size or even big farm size, it is being divided, it was given to a group of people and they have to look after, they have to cultivate that farm all together, and that was called as kolkhoz. So this was called as collectivization policy, and this policy was introduced by Joseph Stalin. So answer would be Joseph Stalin. Let's move to next one. Who was called Tsar the Liberator? And this question we have in West Bengal, NTSE stage 1 2016. Alexander II is the one who has said, who was given this title of Tsar the Liberator. Next one. The term liberalism is derived from the Latin word liber, meaning. This question we have in Haryana, NTSE stage 1 in the year 2018. Now this you might have read in class 10th if you have read chapter 1, or not, you must have read in some other places. What does this liberalism means? So liberalism is derived from a Latin word which means free. So those people who supported the idea of liberalism, in chapter 2nd only, in the starting page only, we have this three type of ideas. One is conservative, another one is liberalism, and the next one is radical. So liberal people are those who believe in change, but they believe in change should be brought gradually, should be brought slowly, and the past should be liberated, should be respected. So it means they have free idea, they are ready to adopt any change or to accept any change. So that is why they are considered as free, right? Or liberalism or liber means free. Okay, let's move on to next one. During the First World War, Russia was ruled by, and this question appears in Delhi NTSE stage 1 in the year 2018. So as we have already discussed, at the time when Russia was in the war of First World War, it was ruled by Tsar Nicholas. And if you talk about this World War First, so we know World War First happened between the year 1914 and 1918. The Treaty of Versailles was signed anyhow, was made in the year 1919, but the war ended in the year 2018. So answer would be Tsar Nicholas II. This Tsar is the title. It can also be written as CZAR, right? Okay, let's move on to next one. When was Russia separated from First World War? And this question appears in Chhattisgarh NTSE stage 1 in the year 2018. Now in the year 1917, Russia quit from war we have seen when October Revolution take place, and even the Vladimir Lenin in his theory or in his 3 theses, he has said 3 words: peace, land, and food. This is what he demanded in his 3 theses, or the apple thesis, which we say, that everybody should live in peace. The peasants or the small farmers also should have land, and everybody should have food. So as soon as the Lenin comes in the power in the year October 1917, they brought peace, or they did a peace treaty with the Germany, and with that the Russia withdraw from this World War First. So the answer would be in the year 1917. 1917 में ही अक्टूबर रेवोल्यूशन हुआ था. अक्टूबर रेवोल्यूशन होने के साथ में ही व्लादिमीर लेनिन पावर में आ गया, और उसने आते ही वॉर से क्विट कर लिया, राइट. सो इट हैपेंस इन द ईयर 1917. Let's move on to next one. When was Karl Marx born? We have already discussed in detail about Karl Marx, and I told you all these revolutionaries, all these communists, all these socialists, they all read about the ideas of Karl Marx, or the idea how the society should be formulated, how the society should run, the communist idea which he has given, that whatever things we have in the society, it should not be governed by, it should not be under any individual, under the capitalist. It should be run by, it should be held by, it should be governed by the whole society, right. So Karl Marx was a philosopher, one who has given this idea of this communist form of government. And this question we have in NTSE stage 1 in the year 2020. Karl Marx was born in the year 1818. That is option B. Let's move on to next one. Okay, that's it we have for today. Keep reading, and we'll be coming again with some more previous year questions. Till then, take care and goodbye.